Greetings, esteemed viewers. I'd like to talk today about the prostitution marketplace in Pattaya, Thailand, and my place in it as a paying customer with a high sexual market value. I'll also discuss the Western marriage marketplace and my removal of myself from it. To start off, I'll describe myself in terms of my sexual and erotic capital, the social value I enjoy as an individual as a result of my sexual attractiveness in the eyes of other people. I'm a 34-year-old, 6'2", white, muscular, fit, facially attractive Western man. My body resembles that of a male sprinter, a body that I've worked extremely hard to create over the last 10 years, with dedicated diet, sprint training, and bodybuilding. My body proportions are attractive and are relatively close to the golden ratio 1.618. I dress very well with fitted clothes to highlight my physique. My sexual market value in the eyes of women and gay men in the West is high. I'm telling you this so that you fully understand my value as a buyer and customer in the Western marriage marketplace and the Thai prostitution marketplace. Almost 1 year ago, I ventured into the ladyboy marketplace in Pattaya, Thailand, for the first time, where I was treated like a genetic celebrity. Every ladyboy bar I went to, I received gold star treatment. This was far and away above the standard treatment I saw other male buyers in the marketplace receiving. This, I can only assume, apart from the fact that I'm a paying customer, of course, is due to my desirability as an attractive man whom the ladyboys actually felt real sexual desirability towards. Erections in 80% of the ladyboys I had sex with probably backs up my claims that they found me attractive. Let's talk about this in terms of economics and supply and demand. Pattaya attracts a lot of men who could be considered to have a low level of sexual capital. In terms of supply and demand, there is a large supply of male buyers with low sexual capital and a low supply of male buyers with high sexual capital. For the males who have high sexual capital, this creates a situation where they are accorded high status within that marketplace. This high status explains the gold star treatment, the looks of astonishment on the faces of the ladyboys as I approach the bar, their eyes lighting up like they've seen something incredible, the leering, the pointing, the oys, and other behaviour they engaged in when they saw me, an object of sexual desirability in their eyes. The ladyboys are working, of course. The job they have is to sell themselves for as much money as possible. The more beautiful they are, the more money they can make. Males value beauty and physical attractiveness, and the price of that beauty in Pattaya is determined by supply and demand. The ladyboys compete with one another to sell their sexual services with the most beautiful amongst them making the most money. Whilst they are working, and it's a job for them, they can still feel genuine attraction towards customers. They are human. One of them remarked to me after we did the deed, "I cannot believe that I just fucked you." I think we can reasonably conclude that if ladyboys and gay men find a man sexually desirable, then that man could be considered to be good looking. Let's talk a little bit about life back home in the West and the value of male good looks. I will say that despite my good looks being validated by the ladyboys of Pattaya, these looks have never really gotten me anywhere with genetic women at home. You know, with the women we all want as men. Young, beautiful, supportive, and easygoing. I believe this is due to the fact that I've been competing on their turf. Women want to be the ones considered to be good looking and don't want to compete with a man in that department. What I've seen through my experience and the experience of other men is that women tend to value money, wealth, home ownership, security, family, and monogamy, and a good-looking man who is average in terms of financial earnings is not an attractive prospect. Much better to have an ugly man who is a high-income earner and a good provider and will not sleep around than a good-looking man who has options. This explains the behaviour of women in nightclubs at home and their reactions to me and to men with high, medium and low sexual market value. Regardless of market value, No eyes lighting up, no looks of astonishment, no gold star treatment, mostly indifference and irritation. Reminds me of the nightclub scene in the movie Trainspotting. Great movie, by the way, where Renton is trying to pick up after coming off heroin and the women are sneering at him and turning away.
The situation was becoming serious. Young Renton noticed the haste with which the successful in the sexual sphere, as in all others, segregated themselves from the failures. Heroin had robbed Renton of his sex drive, but now it returned with a vengeance. And as the impotence of those days faded into memory, grim desperation took a hold in his sex-crazed mind. His post-junk libido, fueled by alcohol and amphetamine, taunted him remorselessly with his own unsatisfied desire. ...
This treatment is quite universal, you understand, from women in the West, at bars and nightclubs, and all men have experienced it. The reason, of course, is that you're just another horny male, and they can't calculate your net worth or accurately determine your social value nor your status, or lack thereof. They have to conclude that you have a low net worth and no status, or else why are you here at the nightclub and not in the boardroom working late? Also, women are playing the long game and not the short one. The long game is financial security through you as a provider, you as a workhorse, you as a utility. I propose that we make it easier for women to determine our status in Western nightclubs. New door policy, gentlemen. Entry will only be allowed to those men who have a lanyard around their neck, which has the following important information listed on it: age, job title, income, net worth, home ownership status, value of retirement funds, marriage status. It's very important for men to have the lanyard on. To compete successfully in the Western nightclub marketplace, you need a key differentiating factor. And that factor is not your looks, gentlemen. Your looks are not your key competitive advantage. Never forget that women are selling long-term access to themselves and you are buying this. So you and they had better make damn sure you have the funds to support them. Women only have to turn up, of course. It's funny, when you think that a woman's value in a man's eyes is advertised wherever she goes, as we are so driven by youth and beauty, and this is always on display with women. Perhaps we could stamp a man's net worth on his forehead in nightclubs on entry. That would make things so much easier. The supply and demand situation in a Western nightclub is firmly in the woman's favour. Lots of men competing for the attention of attractive women. A recent Match.com study of 11,000 women revealed that work remains the #1 place they met their husbands. I wonder why that is. At work, women can watch you, observe how you handle yourself and other men, determine your salary, determine your leadership capabilities and other qualities, and suss out your social status and how well you are treated by others as well. Women are very cunning and calculating like this, and we don't give them enough credit for their underhanded ways. Anyway, I guess the point of what I'm trying to say in this video is that much of what we experience as men comes down to the marketplace we find ourselves in. At home, we are buyers in a marketplace where the most beautiful women quickly pair off with the most financially successful men in long-term relationships before they reach a stage where they are not attractive enough to do so. Women, during the stage of their lives when they are at their most beautiful, demand and can get a man who is tall, good-looking, financially successful, muscular, fit, well-dressed, has leadership qualities, and high social status. And if you meet this stringent criteria list, then you get her, the prize. Monogamy, reproductive ability, and a boring life of serving her and your kids until you die or are replaced with someone more alpha. You have a 50% chance of divorce, and 70% of the time she will initiate the divorce if she is unhappy. Place your bets, gentlemen. In Pattaya, we are buyers in a marketplace where the most beautiful women and ladyboys go for short and long-term encounters with men who can pay for the encounter. The only important factor is that you have the funds available for the encounter. It doesn't really matter how tall you are, how good looking, how well dressed or attractive you are, but if you do meet these extra requirements like I do, for now, my looks will fade of course, then you'll be given extra special celebrity treatment. What I essentially did is I took myself from one marketplace, the Western marriage market, where I had average worth, was competing with men who had much higher worth, and the product of the sellers, women, was ridiculously overpriced, to another marketplace, the Pattaya prostitution market, where my product had extremely high net worth, and the product of the sellers, the women and ladyboys, was very competitively priced and represented extremely good value for money and a great experience. I put a lot of effort into packaging myself up as a desirable male in the Western marriage marketplace when I was looking to marry, but some of the things I did were misguided, like building a beautiful body because I thought it would be attractive to women. It is much more attractive to gay men and ladyboys than it ever was to generic women. I'm no longer looking to marry back in the West, and I've removed myself from this marketplace. I refuse to participate in a rigged game, and for the foreseeable future, my time and money will be spent in Pattaya, Thailand, engaging in paid encounters with women and ladyboys on my twice yearly trips. It's a far better feeling spending time in that marketplace than in the Western marriage marketplace, and I get to deal with honest people without any underhanded agendas. Gentlemen, I'm entering the public eye with photos and video of myself. You will know me by the mask I will wear in all my future multimedia. Until next time, all the best.